What is up, guys? So today I'm going to be reacting to Anthony Fantano's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy review. Now, I heard that this was a really good review. I heard that he's a very smart, talented music reviewer, musician. Now, me personally, I love My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I'd say I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10, but I don't know. Maybe I'll have to review it on my own someday. But anyways, we're not here for my take on it, okay? We're here to react to this review. Now let's get right into this video, baby. Let's go. I think that's... Wait, is that... I was gonna say I think that's Anthony Fantano, but maybe that's Kanye? I don't really know what Kanye looks like. Isn't he a animatronic or something? I don't know. Okay.
Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Oh, I'm not gonna pause the video anymore, I promise. But I love. Whoa, what is that album cover? Is that Planet of the Apes?
Hi everyone,
Okay.
Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. It's time for an album review,
Okay.
an album that everyone has been begging for.
Whoa.
Begging.
I think he is Kanye West, because how would they be... Oh, they're asking him to review it. Troll. But this guy says troll. I'm confused.
Kanye West's My Beautiful Dark Twisted
I like the album
Fantasy.
title,
Before
though.
listening to this album, I had all this stuff just running through my head, things I would say to kind of preface this review, stuff like, hey, you know, stuff like the VMAs, the Today Show interview, the Katrina/George Bush article, all the media gaffes, all that stuff. That's just context, man. It's not important. This is music. Pay attention to the...
That's so true, man. I hate when stupid people rate this album off of stupid expectations and stupid things that were happening in the world. Like, those people are living at a lower frequency, man. I don't rate art off ego, man. I rate art off of art.
Music. Leave your hate at the door. It's a very similar argument I made when I reviewed MIA's last album. But the more I listened to
Now
Twisted
the girls
Fantasy,
love me.
the more I kind of came to realize that
The girls
that
love me when I do
position
this.
is total and utter bullshit. Not because Kanye's gaffes are so unforgivable that we need to scrutinize this album using everything he says. That's not the case. The reason it's hard to ignore context on this LP is because Kanye's favorite thing to rap about is himself. On here, he puts both his strengths and his flaws on display. And it kind of makes me wonder what his beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy is. Is it himself? Is it his life? Is it an album about his life? Basically, the music here and Kanye West...
It's the astral realms. It's the astral realms. That's why Clairvoyant by Mace, the album, is so... That's why it's just as good, if not better, than My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Because it's an album that takes place in the astral realms as a fantasy. Only intelligent, spiritual, clairvoyant minds can understand this album. And that's why this guy might not rank it so well.
His personal life are pretty
I can
inseparable
see the future.
on this album. The lyrics here reference everything to...
Wait, what is happening with my laptop?
Pretty inseparable on this album.
What the heck?
And Kanye West...
That happened earlier, too.
...are pretty inseparable on this album. The lyrics here reference everything to the fish sticks joke on South Park to the dude's very emotionally damaged love life. Rhyme-wise, flow-wise, I feel like Kanye's really creative here, very much on the ball, like the opener Dark Fantasy. There's a point where I laughed my ass off when he said, "You got too many Urkels on your team, That's why you Winslow. Damn! I'm loving a lot of the rhymes here, and even when I don't like a certain track, they are a little bit of a saving grace.
Guys, who am I? Guys, who am I?
Grace for me. And I think that track is a particularly awesome start to this album. Just kind of paints...
Wait a minute. Bruce Banner? Hulk Angie?
And I think that track is a particularly awesome start to this album. Just kind of paints Kanye's rise to the top, and it's a little exciting. But Kanye does not just think of himself as a rapper, he also feels he is a singer. And I will say, singing is not the strongest tool in Kanye's toolbox. Sometimes his singing is a little off, but it basically gets the job done. But the best thing this LP has going for it for me is the beats, the production. Just great sounds, interesting samples. I remember when watching live performances of the song Power, I didn't exactly know how to feel about the King Crimson sample in that track, but I'm really loving the studio version. The song clips flow together really well in that song and make something that's really, really cinematic. It's just kind of a brave new world for sampling, in my opinion. I've always been a fan of sampling, always been an advocate, always felt like there's so much more...
Yeah, I did some good sampling on this album.
Potential for it, but copyright is kind of standing in the way of that.
Fish sticks.
The song Power is a great example of the artistry that...
Yo, what is happening with my... Universe! I need money to fix my laptop!
Or if the artist is freely allowed to do so. And there are other tracks that, surprisingly enough...
Guys, who am I? Who am I?
Yeah, no, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. I'm so gorgeous. I'm track 2 of my beautiful dark twisted fan. I know what clairvoyant means. Oh, rub my back. Oh, rub my back, Daddy. Oh, rub my back to get back in Mace. Oh, rub my back. Oh, lay on me at the party to get back in Mace. Oh, I'm an insignificant speck in the universe that thinks I'm the shit.
Do a lot with a little, like the song Monster. Just has not really lush sounds, but very kind of stripped down and simple. Primal drums, minimal synthesizers, but still...
Does this guy even know what he's talking about? There aren't even synthesizers on Monster. Wait, there is. But they're really not. They're keys. Hold on. Hold on. Does he actually know what he's talking about? Does this... Wait, hold on. Wait. Does this guy actually know what he's talking about?
Freely allowed to do so. And there are other tracks that, surprisingly enough, do a lot with a little, like the song Monster. Just has not really lush sounds.
Okay, we gotta do some research here. What does lush mean? Sexually attractive. Okay, this guy does not know what he's talking about. Monster is a very sexually attractive song. Clearly. Bought the chain that very rich in providing great sensory pleasure. Monster is the most lush song on the album, my boy. Are you tweaking? Bought the chain that always give me back pain. The hoes love my accent. This is the most lush track on the album. This guy doesn't actually know what he's talking about.
But very kind of stripped down and simple. Primal drums, minimal synthesizers, but still sounds really dramatic and kind of eerie.
Dramatic. Would you guys say Monster is a dramatic track? Hold on. Okay.
The track Blame Game
I'll let
kind
it
of fits
slide,
that bill too.
buddy.
Very dramatic, but not overdoing it. There's soul samples on here, a really fiery and classic spoken word piece delivered by Gil Scott-Heron, crowd sounds, just a lot of clips flying by every moment on this album. Whether you like Kanye or not, this thing is ambitious as hell, especially from a sonic...
Ye is a Slytherin. Ye is a Slytherin. So am I. We're the me and Ye are the Slytherins that don't fit in with the rest of the Slytherins. Cause we're really like that.
Perspective. All the tracks flow together really well. It's very cohesive. Kanye takes most of his guest MC spots and relegates them to a few posse tracks that come together really well. And even though I'm not the biggest Nicki Minaj fan, the biggest Rick Ross fan, they contribute some pretty good stuff to the album. But gripes, because there are gripes that I have. And sort of the first one, maybe an appetizer, are the hooks. A lot of the hooks on this thing, either, to me anyway, just an opinion, kind of come off a little corny or a little generic. I'm thinking of tracks like Hell of a Life, So Appalled, All of the Lights, maybe something that I could just kind of come across on any new rap song in the mainstream on the radio. And that kind of lets me down because most of this album doesn't really strike me as being that type of music. I'm gonna say something that may spark a lot of angry comments, but at least half of what I'm hearing here feels very artful to me for a mainstream hip-hop album. But my biggest gripe with this LP is something that I mentioned earlier in the review, and that's how essential it is to me to be a fan or at least be interested in Kanye on a personal level to enjoy this. I think even someone who hates Kanye can get into some of the storylines on this album at least a little. The position that I'm in is that I don't care. There's fantastic production here, there's great rhymes, but I'm not so interested in hearing about Kanye West's f***ed up social life so much that I'll just be sitting on the edge of my seat through 8 minutes of the Blame Game or 9 minutes of Runaway. I get kind of bored. What do you want me to do? But people love the sick little details. People love dirty laundry, and I could see this album appealing in a big way because of that, especially with how expensive and impressive the music sounds. I enjoyed a lot of what I heard here. I just didn't like a lot of the drama that this thing served up because it just doesn't feel all that relevant. I'm feeling a light to decent 6 on this thing, but that's just my opinion.
Is this album a 6, y'all? Is this album a 6? I had the slight urge to break this in half.
You guys, you were asking for this. Let me know what you think of this album. Is it Kanye's greatest work yet? Should we even be taking context into consideration when enjoying this album? And what should I review next? Anthony Fantano?
Well, since this album just came out and Anthony Fantano just dropped a review to it, how about you guys let me know? I wonder if he's ever going to do a Redux review of this or something and change his opinion. You know, maybe the video will be longer by maybe times 3 about. as long as this one. So I don't know. Let me know. Make sure you guys subscribe if that's what you actually. Oh yeah, maybe. Ooh, yeah, maybe I should take out the triangle.